Hi, I'm Jackie Shopes, and this is Challenge Accepted. Today we are here at the beautiful Yacht Park. What a wonderful day, and I have a special guest. His name is Vern, and Vern is going to talk to us about all the beautiful and wonderful recycling programs that you have.
The city has a bunch of recycling programs, and we're going to give you a little preview of what you can expect and where your recycling goes.
Oh, that's good to know. We got a clip, right?
We have a clip.
So why don't we go ahead and watch that clip?
Okay.
You know, we have gas collection vacuum that all ties into a major vacuum compressor down below, and then those all tie into main headers and all collect down into, you know, one big pipe that goes into the gas plant.
One of the primary missions of the committee is to educate the General Assembly. We bring issues such as this landfill, the technology with methane capture, and we bring it to the attention of the representatives and senators. It's not something that is on their radar right now. Most times in the legislature, they're putting out fires. They're trying to take care of things that, you know, have happened, whereas this is something for the future.
Our inbound, outbound scales is kind of the first step in the process right now. With the waste coming in, all the garbage that does come in has to hit the scales. Every ounce of trash ends up getting weighed, gets reported back to the DEP. And so they know everything that's coming into the landfill and you know, how much is there.
people don't realize, Jackie, how huge recycling is for the city, both for the environment and economically. We have bought our last 3 dump trucks for the Public Works Department through recycling grants.
Wow.
So it's beneficial to us. It takes the burden off of us when it comes to finding the monies to outfit our departments and whatnot. And like I said, and honestly, a lot of these programs give back to the people and they're not even aware of. But there's do's and there's don'ts.
Okay.
There's a right way and there's a wrong way.
Okay, so you can't just like gather up a bunch of stuff and put it in the recycling. You got to be careful.
You have to be careful because, you know, as crazy as things are, some are different, okay? You know, to give you an example, one thing that I did do this year, and everybody says, well, I don't know when to recycle. We always would get calls at City Hall. So with this round of recycling, we came up with these little flyers that everyone should have received in their taxes.
Yeah.
If you don't have one, you can contact City Hall, and we will get these out to you. But on the back of them, they have for 2021, 2022, they have every day that we recycle.
Okay.
They have marked.
So the little recycling symbol is the day that the garbage recycling men pick up.
That's when they will pick up. Okay. And so you have no excuse to not know when.
Right.
And the front is the educational end of it, which we're going to go over a little bit today.
It's the do's and the don'ts.
The do's and the don'ts.
Do's and the don'ts. This is fantastic. It even has a little magnet that you can just put on your fridge, because we know we're in the fridge all the time. What better place to have it than magnetized to the fridge so that it would remind you, here recycle, here don't.
How many items do you pull out of that fridge when they're finished off should be on this list and go into recycling?
That's good thinking. Yeah.
I will say this, that the previous garbage haulers have given us calendars with the dates.
Okay.
But they get lost, whatever.
Right.
This is sticking to the
Yeah, this is fantastic.
You know, it goes right there.
Yeah.
But some things if you want to go over. You know,
absolutely.
The do's and don'ts, it's up here. Plastics. Plastics you can. Number ones and number twos. Number ones and number twos are this.
Okay.
Everybody knows about water bottles, soft drink bottles, whatever. They can be recycled.
Okay.
These are actually certain states, and it says on the back side here.
You can make some cashola.
Yes.
Nice.
Pennsylvania, I have gone to different legislators about doing this, and it would fall back on our grocery store, so they'll probably, you know, it's hard.
I understand.
Before we go any further, something with this, another part of our new recycling.
This is nice.
Yes.
Look at that.
We always have events here. The Rib Fest, for example. There's a lot of cans, beverages sold and whatnot. We tried to get them separated to recycle.
Okay.
People would end up throwing garbage.
Right.
This here is kind of foolproof.
Right.
So bottles and cans in a little hole. We will be putting these in every city building, city-owned building.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
And in every event we will have these as well.
So like the Yawk River Rally that's coming up, this will be here.
There will be multiple of these out here.
For
There's
people.
no
Okay.
excuse. Yeah. I mean,
we
have to get on these things. We have to practice what we preach.
Right. So I saw that when you put the bottle, the Coke bottle or whatever in here, you left the lid on and you left the label.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
You know?
I mean, that makes it easy. People don't
Some
have
should
to
be cleaned up.
Okay.
You know, you can't clean those up. So yeah, that was a good observation on your end.
Thank you.
The other thing, now this here does not get thrown out too much because there's a little financial value for people who recycle cans.
Right.
If you look on the ground, you'll see plastic bottles because we can't get anything for those. These have values. You don't see too much trash when it comes to aluminum cans.
Right.
Same thing.
Plop it
the
right
containers.
in.
There you go.
Right.
Now, that together, you're saying, well, you got plastic and aluminum together. That's not really a big deal.
Okay.
It's called commingled.
Oh.
So when this goes to the recycling center, these things are separated.
Okay.
Everything goes in a separate way. Plastic number ones.
Okay.
Aluminum.
Okay.
Plastic number two. The milk jug.
Okay.
Your milk jugs, your Windex spray bottles.
Okay.
Those types of things are number twos.
Okay.
Okay. Those can be recycled as well. Now you start getting in to the don'ts down below. The yogurt, the cottage cheeses, whatever. Those things, they can be, but they're very hard to recycle.
Okay.
So that's, they end up. Another thing that has really gained ground and also has some value to it is cardboard.
Oh.
If you would recycle cardboard, people, there's a big financial gain there for people, especially local businesses, and our local businesses do recycle. So, I mean, we get a report off of them every year, and that report, everything's calculated, and we basically give a report to the county for every ounce that we collect through our contracted hauler, what the businesses collect, what we have dropped off, where we will show you later when we were over at the Public Works Garage, those bins. So, like I said, everything, we recycle way more than people think.
Right. So like a box, it could be a pizza box.
A pizza box is recyclable. Okay. Funny you say that. Ask and you shall receive.
That's right.
Now, a cardboard pizza box. This is recyclable, right?
Yes.
But.
Oh, there's a but.
There's a but.
Okay.
You can see the grease stain in there.
Oh.
That can't be recyclable.
Okay.
So this side's good. You can tear the top off, recycle the part that isn't tainted with
grease.
Food
and
do that.
Well, that's good to know.
That is good to know. Because you have a pizza box here that can't be.
So funny you say about pizza boxes. We just had pizza the other night at my house, and I threw the pizza box away because I thought since it was greasy, just the bottom, we couldn't recycle it.
And you were exactly right.
But I could recycle the top.
You could have taken the top off and recycled the top.
I wish I would have known that.
These pizza boxes here, they can be recycled.
The whole pizza box.
The whole pizza box, and there's nothing in there. It's good.
Okay.
Everything was in plastic.
All right.
Okay? Here's another do's and a don'ts. Same thing, but different items.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Cardboard egg carton. Permissible.
Okay.
Styrofoam egg carton? No.
No. Oh. I always thought this was like paper mache.
Well, it could be, but you can recycle those things.
Okay. I can recycle that, but not that. Which, I'm surprised. I thought you'd have been able to recycle the styrofoam.
No.
Okay, well, this is all good information.
That is a no. Magazines? Yes.
Okay, any kind of magazines.
Any type of magazines. Newspapers, yes.
When recycling, I do have this question because, a lot of people order stuff off of Amazon and it has their address on it. Should you take the labels off?
Take the labels off.
Take the labels off, and same with magazines, because magazines get sent in the mail, so you should also peel the labels off of that.
Peel the labels off of those as well, yes. And then we have metal, all metal, the metal can.
Okay.
Very easy to recycle.
Yeah.
One thing about all these recyclables we have here, keep it clean.
Okay.
There's the 3 little do's and don'ts here. What is it here? I had it written down. Clean, empty, and dry.
Clean, empty, and dry.
3 things to do when you're recycling. But like I said, newspapers, cardboard, stuff like that, you can put in there. Actually, through our old contracted hauler, they did not take those items. This is another reason we're doing the show again. We had an old show that we did.
Right.
Things have changed.
Okay.
Glass. We are lucky with glass. Our contracted hauler will not take glass.
Okay.
About 5 years ago, when we were in our old contract and everything, glass was one of the items that we had picked up. And I started to see all these municipalities in the South Hills of Pittsburgh and whatnot start recycling resin. We are lucky. We have a local contractor that recycles glass who has dropped us off a bin over at the Public Works Garage where residents are able to get rid of their glass who like to recycle, and the residents use it.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so for glass, same 3 things. Clean,
dry, and empty.
And empty.
Yes.
Like you don't want me to leave a little bit of spaghetti sauce in the glass.
No. Clean it out.
All right.
Clean it out.
Okay.
Best rule of thumb, when you're done, if it's in the dishwasher, if you could drink a glass of water out of it, you're good to go for recycling.
Oh, that is a good rule of thumb. That's good.
But little things like plastic bags from Walmart.
Okay.
Try to reuse it.
Right. It's like little garbage bags for your bathroom.
That's what we do at home.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Nothing smaller than a credit card. Don't try to recycle anything smaller than a credit card.
Okay.
And
why is that? It's not worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
It does cost money to do all these and recycle, but you're saving money in the long run. They repurpose the plastics, they repurpose the glass.
Right.
But some things are just not cost effective.
Okay.
Like a combined material, if you had a plastic maybe a can,
Okay.
a metal can that has like a plastic coating or whatever, it's combined, don't recycle it.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
You know, and what we said before too, know your plastics. We have the 1 and the 2
Right.
here.
And it's super easy to find whether they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
You just find the little recycling symbol and it
Yes.
has the number in there.
Inside it,
Okay.
exactly. Exactly, you're well schooled. And then teach yourself. Exactly what
Right.
you're saying right now.
Okay.
That's one of the do's. If you teach yourself on how to do these things, it's very easy, and if you repetitive,
Right.
do it every day.
Okay.
Recycle every day.
I do have a question about the cardboard. So you can recycle cardboard. Is it preferred for it to be broken down?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. It's smashed in. One box with it in that you can put all of it in, and everything else smashed in it.
Okay. All right. Good to know. And what about like the milk jugs and stuff? Should you, for all the plastics, should you try to smash them and condense them, or does
If
it?
you can.
Okay.
You know, it's saving space.
Okay.
Makes sense. you
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
But yeah, that's all, you know, the things. Another couple other things you can do for recycling. Your sheets, towels, and clothing, trying to keep them out of the landfill. If you could repurpose them, donating stuff,
Yeah.
different things like that. That's a way people don't think about
Okay.
recycling.
Yeah.
You know, a thing I do a lot is upcycle different things and get crafty with them.
You are crafty.
Yes,
Ooh.
everything has.
Do you have any
another-
crafts with you?
No, I don't.
Oh, come on.
That's a show in itself. And well, rechargeable batteries.
Okay.
Keeping those out of the landfill. That's a little, you know,
Okay.
little things you can do. And like the rechargeable battery takes us into another era of shop green. Go and buy off of companies that do green things or
Okay.
repurpose things. And you know, that's another way to
Yeah.
keep things out of the landfill. You know, a guy said one time, when it comes to purchasing land and whatnot, there's only so much land.
Right.
You know, well, the same with landfills. We don't want to expand these things.
Right.
We don't want to make new. So anything we can do this way, that
Yeah.
way, helps our kids out, helps their kids out.
Right.
You know.
Now, the preferred method of getting rid of this stuff is taking it to the recycling, not burning it.
Correct. You
So
know,
like the cardboard box or the magazines or the newspapers, recycling is the best option. Burning them does get rid of it, but it's not good for the environment,
it's
correct?
terrible for the
Okay.
environment. Honestly, you're not allowed in the city of Connellsville to burn any of these items.
Okay.
The only two things you're allowed to burn for in PA, some is for recreational,
Okay.
the old weenie roast,
Right.
campfire, whatever
Okay.
you want to do. And you can get rid of some twigs. But
Okay.
it has to be controlled. It has to be within a barrel, a fire pit, something like
Okay.
that. And within certain hours.
All right.
11 to dusk on every day but Saturday. Sundays are a complete no.
Okay.
Saturdays are 9 a.m. to dusk.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Okay? But that's it. Now, I mean, and this goes more than plastics, metals, and glass.
Right.
You also we said about the yard waste. We actually have a clip. Two things you have. You have limbs and you have leaves. We're going to go to a clip where you see our city public works department picking up leaves
With a giant vacuum.
with the giant vacuum.
All right, let's go
All right.
watch it. I'm here with Vern Ohler, the city clerk of Connellsville. We're going to talk about leaves and what happens with leaves, what we do with leaves, how you manage the leaves that fall off the trees and get into your yard. Can you give me a little bit of information?
Well, as you've seen how leaves are picked up, and the reason being, like it was said back when we were talking about the plastics and the glass and all the metals, you want to keep things out of the landfill. And this is a way that we keep things out of the landfill. On the city's end, it's a twofold thing because we also want to keep all these leaves out of our our storm system.
Okay.
Because they can cause issues, cloggings and whatnot. So this is the way we pick them up. We take them to our compost site. Why we pick them up? Because if these end up in the landfill, they let off gases, which are bad for the environment.
Right.
Another option people have is they burn them, which is bad for the environment.
Okay.
And this is green. This is recycling. This is what we do. This is the best way to get rid of them. Then when it's all done, we have an organic material that people put on their gardens.
Okay.
And love, and we get the second use out of it. They're recycled.
Right.
And besides the pickup, what you've seen with the machinery that we have, that because of the program we have, we're able to purchase this equipment through grants.
Okay.
No cost to the taxpayer. Another alternative people have is to basically mulch
Okay.
the leaves into their yard, and it fertilizes their grass as well. The experts say that isn't the best way, but it is a way to get. It's the easy way to get, for
Okay.
that lazy man who wants to basically make his yard look nice and
Right.
help the environment. That's the way.
You can mulch it. So if I wanted the leaf pickup guys to come to my road and pick up leaves, what do I do?
Well, actually, there is a schedule that's put out.
Okay.
And it's broken down by ward. And actually, we're out on the south side because of the south side is such a large area. A few years back, the city combined some wards. At one time, this was Ward 1 and 5.
Okay.
But now it's just Ward 1. Because of the large area and the tree-lined streets that are out here, they basically, the schedule is a north, south, east, west.
Okay.
But that's every other week. In the off weeks, we have a bag pickup. If you call, you make arrangements, they can, we'll come pick them up. And another thing, if you rake them, tarp them. The guys will come out, they'll fold up your tarp, they'll put the weights down, and you can reuse your tarp for the second time.
Nice. So, like, if I'm going to rake them, I can either rake them to near the road or...
That's preferable
Okay.
because of the fact if you rake them on the road and you get a heavy rain, now we're back into that issue with keeping the leaves out of the storm system.
Right. And you said that if I have bags to pick up that I would call. Who do I call?
Same thing. There's a schedule for the bag pickup as well.
So you don't have to call anyone.
You would call the Public Works Department, 724-628-2020, extension 301.
All right.
Leave a message. Or you could call City Hall.
Okay. very
Extension
good.
201.
All right. Wow. We got lots of information with leaves. We know that if you pile them in the landfill, they cause a gas that's bad for the environment.
Correct.
If you burn them, causes stuff that's bad for the environment, probably carbon dioxide going off into the environment. Leaf pickup is super simple. You just rake it down to the edge of the road. They come and they sweep it up with this giant, vacuum thing.
It's great exercise.
Yeah.
Hey, on a day like today, what better to be outside and rake your yard and
Right.
whatever. And I always say, some people in this town, they are so into the leaf pickup. They'll rake their yard 3 times a day, and there's other people that won't pull weed in front of their house. So,
Right.
but this is a great program
Yes.
we've had. We've been praised from county officials about how well our leaf program has been through the years. And like I said, in the people, the residents, they really accept it.
So I know you have leaf pickup, but you were also telling me about, if you have tree limbs or shrubs. What's that about?
See, we do not pick up tree limbs.
Okay.
But we have a spot here in town. It's a business, Superior Mulch, that you can basically go to, drop off your leaves. We will go there and look at their facility.
Okay.
It's unbelievable.
Okay.
You can drop off your leaves. It's very minimal charge. Or no, your limbs, I'm sorry. But it's a minimal charge.
Like tree limbs.
Yes, but you don't even get your tires dirty. This place it's very high tech.
All right.
You're going to be impressed. We'll go down there and take a look at that
All
here
right.
shortly.
Any other information you want to give us about leaves and the services that the city provides?
No, listen, if you have leaves and your leaves are missed, like I said, call one of those numbers, City Hall or the Public Works Department. We will get on those. It's funny. At some point, it just seems like everybody's overwhelmed because, we still have a little bit of green in the trees.
Right.
They'll just fall, and it'll be like there's a never-ending abundance of leaves, but they will get picked up.
So a good idea is rake your leaves, let the grandkids jump in them first, then come get them sucked up.
Yes, and listen, you don't have to worry about them blowing away. Tarp them off. That's
Right.
a smart
Yep.
thing to do. The guys will fold your tarp up, save your tarp. You're good to go.
So nice. Well, thank you, Vern, for the information of leaves. Wonderful thing that the city has to offer. I appreciate it.
All right, let's go check out the limbs.
Yes. All right, so Vern, you brought me behind the Public Works garage to show me the finished products of the leaf pickup and being decomposed. Look at this.
And honestly, this is all that's left. Everything was... This stuff goes like wildfire.
And if I want to get some of this to put on my garden, how do I do that?
You come down to the Public Works garage around lunchtime. It's good. You can catch the guys here. They'll load you up on your truck, tarp it off, and be on your way.
Nice. Let me grab a handful of this. Oh, look, I sink down in.
Look. It's
Wow.
basically like soil, enriched soil.
Oh,
with,
yeah. Has all kind of nitrates in it and everything else.
Yes.
Look at that.
Exactly. So, yeah.
Smells like dirt.
Yeah.
It smells good.
Yeah. You know, like I said, if it has a little bit of moisture to it, it has a little bit of an odor. So,
yeah, right? No,
but,
this is nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. Like I said, people love it. Put it on your garden. You have tomatoes that look like basketballs when you're done.
Yes, tomatoes that look like basketballs.
All right.
That vacuum for the leaves is amazing. Do you think it could like suck up a dog or something? I bet if you put it close enough, it'd be and it'd suck them up.
Maybe a lap dog. I hope not. I hope we never come to that. But we have had basketballs and whatnot that have been in the piles that have gotten stuck. We kind of had to disassemble.
Oh yeah, I bet.
And fix that. But yeah, there's some suction there. There actually is. We pick up probably around I want to say 300 tons a year in leaves.
300 tons?
And then we have two at our compost site. We also have Connellsville Township dumps there in South Connellsville. They dump their leaves. Because when we disperse, as you saw what we had to disperse again, all the local residents, this isn't Connellsville residents, this is Connellsville Township, South Connellsville, Dunmore people, Dunmore Township, they come, they love it for their garden.
Right, yeah, I mean, that's good stuff. That makes the gardens grow really well.
It makes you have tomatoes like that.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's what happens. Maybe you trade a basketball for a tomato.
There you go. Hey, but it doesn't stop there really when it comes to yard cleanup and everything, because you have limb damage. And we have a spot here in town, another local contractor, local business that we are lucky to have, that we can drop off, residents can drop off their limbs whenever. They don't even get their tires dirty. This place is phenomenal, and we have a clip about that.
All right, now we filmed this in the fall, so I mean there's all kinds of goodies in this clip that you can learn about, so we're gonna go ahead and watch that.
Perfect.
We're here at Superior Mulch to talk about the services that they provide for the city. So go ahead and tell us a little bit about the limbs and the wood that happens here.
Well, we need a place to dispose of limbs, and we don't have the grinder. The city does not have the grinder, but this facility being so close, it's amazing on what it does, and it benefits the residents as well. If you have limbs that drop off them, there is a fee. It's $10 a pickup truckload, but you come, you stop, you pull in, go to the window at the office, pay the lady, pull around back, there's a place to dump, and they turn these limbs into mulch, the bigger wood into firewood. The facility is amazing on what they do. All recycled.
Right.
Yes.
And I know he said that if you have wood that does not include like limbs or whatever, that you can actually bring it here, correct?
No charge. If you would tear a deck off, if you would have some framing at the house or whatever, you can drop that off at no charge here. Yes, and like I said, it would be made into mulch and other materials.
So the mulch that they have is just, they have wood-colored mulch, but then they also have like black, red, brown. Like, that's amazing. They dye it.
They dye it here as well, yes.
And you can come and buy it, can't you?
You can buy it here, yes.
Wow, that's amazing. It's recycled from the wood that we bring here.
Exactly.
Whoa, look at that go. Any other information about bringing limbs or whatever here?
No, they do have regular business hours, so, the gate will be locked, so make sure you're well aware of that. I do not see what hours they are.
But you can look it up online, Superior Mulch online. Can we go back around
We can,
back
we'll show.
And see what it
here's
looks like?
what it would be. You would pull in here, and you would see the sign, and the sign basically, it's pretty self-explanatory.
It'll tell you, stop.
Check in the office before dumping.
So you just pull up your truck, come check in, and pay, and then you go around back, right?
We'll go around back, yes.
So behind us is the pile that you would back up to and dump your tree limbs.
The tree limbs, especially if they had some green to them. If they still have a little bit of leaves, some foliage and whatnot, they would dry out a little bit before they would take it into the grinding thing. This is basically here is ready to go.
Like
all
the
scrap,
this is the scrap wood.
It's scrap, it pulls out all the nails and whatnot.
Oh, wow.
So, if you look here, you have a piece. There's a piece of decking with a lot of nails in it, but it would grind it up, extract the nails, and it would turn into the mulch.
Wow, that's amazing. Huge piles of stuff. Good source of recycling.
Yes. And I don't know if Rick can pan over to get the grinder, but that is
this white thing.
That white thing, yes. It backs up to here.
Okay.
And it basically just chews everything up, puts it in the pile over there, and then it becomes mulch.
Well, that's amazing. Vern, we have all kinds of recycling stuff that is available to us in the city.
Yes.
I know we talked about recycling plastics and glass and cardboard. We talked about recycling leaves, and here we have wood that you can recycle. All kinds of good stuff.
All kind of, and the residents, please take advantage of it. I mean, because it benefits the city. We get recycling money, grants and whatnot,
Right.
and it's and we're one of the older communities when it comes to recycling. It started back in the mid to late '80s.
Okay.
And it's progressed, and like I said, and a lot of the residents do take advantage of it. More could, and it's
Yes.
beneficial to all.
All right. Well, thank you, Vern.
Thank you, Jackie.
Limb recycling is super easy.
It is, and plus, like I said, the mulch is there. Beautify your parks, beautify your homes.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot that you can do.
Amazing.
And if you see in that video, nothing goes wasted.
Right, and that's one thing that I can appreciate. You know how sometimes when you use stuff, there is a bit of waste, but in this there is no waste whatsoever, which is wonderful.
All the metal's extracted.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
top
amazing.
notch. Yes.
I do have a question. So earlier you said about rechargeable batteries.
Yes.
Now, I know you meant that purchase rechargeable batteries because you can use them multiple times. But what about regular batteries? What should I do with regular batteries? I know they shouldn't go into the landfill, but what should I do with them?
The county, twice a year in the spring and fall, has a hard to recycle event.
Okay.
Which you can do batteries, tires, televisions, paint. Like latex paints, you actually, if you put kitty litter in them and let them dry out, you can put those in your regular trash.
Okay.
Oil-based paints have to go to the hard to recycle
Okay.
events. I'm trying to think what else they would have. Like I said, batteries would be one of them. But anyway, these events, one in the spring, one in the fall.
Okay.
Minimal fees depending on what you have, and it's perfect. Like I said, the residents have no reason.
Right.
You see in the paper sometimes where a local township went down and cleaned how many tires and televisions off a hillside.
Right.
There's no reason.
Right, because we have so many opportunities to recycle
have resources.
and so many things that we can recycle.
Exactly.
Oh, amazing. Well, Vern, thank you so much for joining us today and
Thank you,
teaching
Jackie.
us about all kinds of recycling. This new thing is just amazing. I can't wait for this to be at the parks. It's going to be wonderful.
Awesome.
I'm Jackie Shopes, and this is Challenge Accepted.